Hi everyone, welcome back to Something Talk 1. Today we are going to see a simple RAG code. We are doing a simple project. I just going to walk through the code of the simple project using which is using a Blagger kind of thing. We can using a LangChain RAG using the ChromaDB, RetroDB, used as a ChromaDB and a Streamlit UI. That's the code we are going to see. Before that, I just want to show you a simple flow diagram what it is doing. Okay. Wait, I will open my MS Paint. Then here a simple diagram so that it will be easy for us to understand that flow. Actually, what the thing is, I am having a one text file. It is a yes, just a knowledge text file, dot text file, whatever the knowledge base it is there. Okay, knowledge base, and then next one is we are going to from this knowledge base we are going to insert in the project we are going to insert into the ChromaDB. Okay, so I wrote individually insert code that is I name it as a ingestion script, but it's not coming. Wait, ingestion script. Okay, I name it as ingestion.py because everything we are going to code over in the Python scripts. So in this one we are load the knowledge file and as usual vector db split into chunks. Then what? Store it. Yeah, embedded or what it is embedded using embedded using OpenAI model and then store in Chroma vector D. Okay, this is the we are making a knowledge base using this, and then what we are doing is and our work is comes to oh, reading that knowledge base and using LLMs. Okay, so that one is about we designed one streamlit, simple streamlit. Okay, already designed that. I just going to show you code what I did in that one actually. Streamlit front end. Okay, this is the eye level of our this RAG project. So here the RAG embedding is we are going to do with the ChromaDB. Okay, Chroma. Sorry, I used out. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's not a matter of time. Okay, okay. It's a ChromaDB, and this is the overall flow. What we are going to showcase. We are making a knowledge base. On the top knowledge base, we are going to use the ChromaDB and then response to user prompt actually, and then it will give the response and user prompt actually. Okay, this is the complete pipeline of our project actually. First, we ingest the knowledge files using a ingest.py. It checks the text and generates embeddings and stores them in a local vector DB. That is, in our case, it's ChromaDB. Later, when a user types a question in the UI, the app searches the vector DB for matching chunks, combines them with the user query, uses OpenAI to generate a answer. This is the end-to-end pipeline. Let us turn a static document into an interactive knowledge assistant using this RAG model and vector DB. Okay, so let's jump into the code. Before that, we want to see what is a RAG, right? RAG and vector DB. What right? So I am hearing your questions. So I want to tell you a few simple definitions, and we go on that one. Actually, just for understanding, but if you already knows, it's cool. But if somebody knows not do know, we give this explanation to them. What is RAG actually? RAG is a retrieval augmented generation. Retrieval augmented generation. Actually, it is one of the advanced technique that is combining of two things. One is retrieval, another one is generation. Retrieval is a search for a relevant data from a knowledge base. It's kind of searching from the knowledge base the relevant information. It's searching based on the relevant informations, like your text files or documents, videos, etc. using semantic similarity. Okay, it won't search on a particular name and all. It is semantic similarity. It defines search the data based on the similarities. Okay, that is called as semantic similarities. And next one is generation. Use an LLM like OpenAI, Gemini, whatever it is. Okay, use an LLM to generate a final answer using both the retrieved data and the user question. From the knowledge base, we take the data, and along with that, we just in the and we take the retrieve the data from the knowledge base, and then we using the LLM to generate a final answer using both the retrieved data and the user questions. This is the concept of RAG actually. You are using the LLM and also the knowledge base data set, like what you kept in the vector database, that is retrieved model. Okay. Just want to understand why RAG is powerful. It reduces the hallucination from LLMs by grounding answers in real data. It allows you to build custom AI assistants for any private or domain specific knowledge without fine-tuning models. This is the advantage of or power of RAG. Okay. In our project RAG flow, we ingest the text file into a vector store, that is ChromaDB, using a OpenAI embeddings. User asks a question in Streamlight UI. 11 chunks from the vector DB are retrieved. Based on the question, it will retrieve the 11 chunks from the vector DB. Those chunks plus the question are passed to the GPT like prompt via LangChain framework. GPT generates an accurate contest-aware answer. This is the purpose of the RAG in our project. Okay, the whole project doing the thing only actually. So it's a pure RAG project, simple RAG project actually. Okay, now we go back to the. I am showing the code here. Actually, I wrote the 3 files. First is to ingest the data into the vector DB. That is a ingest.py. Next one is for the RAG activity, ragchain.py I wrote, and then for the Streamlit UI, I use the RAG UI py. So I will walk through the code one by one. First, I start with the ingest.py. Actually, ingest.py, as I told, this is the code to ingest the data, knowledge data into the ChromaDB. In our case, the ChromaDB is the vector database. We are going to insert the data into that one. So let's see the code one by one. Actually, load environment variables like a load.v. Yes, it is the top first line. Okay. Here imports the loader to read all the text files. Actually, here LangChain.document loader, right? This is the first line of the code. Here imports the LangChain committee, the document loader, right? This is the import a loader to read all text files from a folder. Okay, from the directory folder. Actually, from a directory or folder, what it is. This is the input for that one actually. Imports a loader to read all text files from a folder. This is used to ingest documents you want to process. Actually, we collect the data, like all our knowledge data, all our collected data, we kept in a text file, and the text file we are going to inject into the vector database. So we, for that, this input is LangChain community document folder, import directory loader. It is to read the data from the directory. Okay, and next one is the next important one is the splitter, text splitter. Okay, the text splitter, actually from LangChain.text splitter, import recursive character text splitter. Okay, it helps to break large documents into smaller chunks and manageable chunks. It's not only smaller and manageable chunks, like 500 characters for better processing by LLMs. So that's what we have, this import recursive character text splitter. Okay, and it is a vector database, so we are going to store the ChromaDB, right? So here is the input for that one, actually from LangChain underscore community data vector stores import Chroma. Chroma is a vector database uh, to store and search embodies. It is used to persist your process document checks for fast retrieval. So ChromaDB is a vector database to store and search embeddings. It is used to persist your process document checks for the fast retrieval. That's what this input is. From LangChain community vector stores import Chroma. Okay, and next one is for the OpenAI embeddings. Okay, imports the embedding model from OpenAI. Actually, to embed into the ChromaDB, we use the OpenAI model. For that, we import this one, actually from LangChain underscore OpenAI import OpenAI embeddings. OpenAI embeddings that can be stored the data into the Chroma. And as usual, we have a import to OS standard Python module to handle file paths and all, and environment variables. And next one is a .env. .env is that loads your environment file, actually .env file. Actually, I didn't open that, kept the open the .env file here, but we use the .env file where we keep the keys, API keys and all. We kept in the open API keys and all we kept in that .env. So this .env, .env or load .env is helpful to load that API keys from the .env files. Okay, and load.env is the actually loads the env file again for the load.env. Okay, now we will see the loader, actually. Okay, here I am getting the API key from the OpenAI API key. I already generated the API open key and kept it in the env. I used to buy for every month, like for $5 and all, for our for my testing purpose and write the project code and all, right? For that, I used to create a I used to get the I used to spend $5 to the Open API, ChatGPT Open API, OpenAI to get the API keys, actually. So I kept it in the env file. So whenever I want, I can load it in a particular project using the load.env method, and I'm storing my API key in this in os.getEnv and getting the keys here. Okay, and then next one is about the, now we are getting into the embedding part, actually. Yeah, this is the actually this is the line from again OpenAI embeddings I'm using it, actually in my top also I downloaded that one. Okay, this OpenAI embeddings method, in this method initialize the OpenAI embedding model, okay, which will convert each chunk of text into a vector. Yeah, actually that is a each model have a different style of vectors. Okay, the OpenAI is converted into what, instead of the OpenAI model, which will convert each chunk into of text into a vector. Okay, and it is the directory loader, actually. Again, we come back to the directory. I just initialize the model. In this line, I just initialize the model, OpenAI embedding model. I just initialized, and okay. Now in the directory loader, I am going to load all the text files, whatever I kept in the doc folders, right? In that folder, I will show you the first of all this. See here ChromaDB, DB, what I am storing, and docs. All the our knowledge files we kept it here. All our text files we kept it here. Uh, that's what it is showing. It is loading from the docs folder. Show the progress of true actually. So it will load the documents from the using this loader. It will load the documents, all our knowledge base documents, all text fields. It will read it out. Okay, this is to load the data, right? The content documents and document folder is here. So it will read the all documents and documents loader load it here. Okay, loader dot loader will load the all the documents. Okay, and then the what is that? Next one is we load the data. We load the data the documents. Word. So now we have to split into chunks. So here is the text splitter. Okay, here is the this text splitter. What it's to is splits the large documents. It splits the large documents. Okay, into overlapping chunks. That is a for example, it is a 500 characters with 100 characters of overlap. This ensures better contextual continuity. Okay, with overlaps. So in our case, its chunk size is 1000, and the overlap is 200. So if chunk size is actually if we can define it actually whatever it is actually. If we have 500 characters chunk size means, then we can overlap with 100 characters also. We can able to define it by ourselves. Okay, and then the next one is we are going to use the text splitter. Okay, text splitter applies the text splitting on the loaded document. Okay, to apply the text splitting on the here we defined it. Text splitter we defined what is the chunks, and using the recursive character text splitter method we can define it, and then we using the text splitter, using this text splitter we are going to split the document. We will split the document, applies the text splitting on the loaded document, and stores the small chunk into text, each chunk into this text. Okay, small chunks into the text. We are splitting the each data set. Okay, as of now we get the API keys, loaded API keys, and we initialize the OpenAI embedding model, and then we read the data from the directory, and we loaded it to the and then we split it into the small chunks. While splitting, chunk size is 1000 in our case, and chunk overlap is 200. Okay, now the next part is the important part where we create and persist the vector store, where we store the ChromaDB, where we are going to store in the ChromaDB. Yeah, already we defined the directory, right? Actually, I show the directory. It is a DB directory. So it is here. It is here, and then see, this is the very important line. Just watch it carefully. Vector DB equal to chroma dot from documents, and documents is equal to text. Actually the format is text format, and embedding using the OpenAI embedding. Already we initialized, right, that I passing the API key to access the OpenAI embeddings model. Pages the directory, pages, okay, it is going to the pages in the directory. Creates a vector database from all your document chunks, stores the vectors using OpenAI embeddings, and saves them to the folder called ChromaDB. This is what these three lines are doing. Okay, I repeat again. Actually, these three lines, the vector DB, right? Actually, these three lines, what it's doing is very important. Okay, creates a vector database from all your document chunks and stores the vector using OpenAI embeddings, and saves them to a folder ChromaDB. Okay, and then we persist the data in the database. All the data we created and created the ChromaDB, and then we store it in the persist. Okay, we persist the data. This is all about the ingest.py, how we are storing the data in the vector database called ChromaDB. Okay, we split into using the I use the embedding OpenAI embeddings model. Okay, and persist the data into the folder. Next we are going to see about the LangChain.py, where we are implementing the RAG here actually. It's especially it's a about the reading the data, right? So that's what we have to. Oh, we are going to see the each line of the code explanation. Okay. As usual, we have the input OS and .env. All this we seen earlier, right? Mm, here prompt templates. Okay. OpenAI model we are using, and chat OpenAI we are using, LangChain OpenAI and retrieval.qa. Import the prompt template model. Use the customize how we ask the LLM to the respond. Actually, we have to create a prompt, right? To use the prompt, right? Actually, LangChain retrieval QA. This is the first important one. LangChain.chain import retrieval QA. Imports the retrieval QA chain, the main class that combines retriever plus LLM for QA, for question and answer. The QA always means the question and answers, right? So imports the retrieval QA chain. The retrieval QA chain is very important to the main class. It is an important main class that combines the retriever and the LLM for QA. Actually, while retrieving the data, we convert the LLM and the retrieve data from the knowledge base, what we are retrieved. Okay. And then LangChain that yeah, LangChain that OpenAI, that is what interact with the ChatGPT, and OpenAI is to the embedding data, read the embedding data. LangChain Chroma, it is the Chroma database. We are interacting with the Chroma database. Okay. Connect the Chroma vector, store that contain our process pre-processed text file embeddings. Okay. Now we are going to the reading the data. Okay. Now we are going to read the read from the vector DB, that is ChromaDB. You see this line actually. Vector DB. Chroma, we are giving the persistent directory. What is the persistent directory? It will take from that. Okay. The DB folder, and the embedding function. OpenAI embedding using OpenAI key we are placing. So it will read the, it is prepare the vector DB object for that. Okay, loads the Chroma vector DB with the embedding function passed in ready to search. Ready to search. Okay, then come to this line, actually important line. The retriever equal to vector DB dot ES retriever. Okay, converts the vector DB into a retriever which will fetch the which will fetch the relevant checks per question. We are not defining any top 2 and all actually, so we will retrieve all the later data from the database from the vector DB. Okay, and then if you recall, we can set up the prompt, but I didn't set up any special prompts. Actually, we are reading the data and taking it from the context actually. LangChain. Okay, so set up the QA chain actually for chat open in the ChatGPT. What it is doing is it will set up the QA chain like using the GPT 3.5 turbo model. OpenAI key. I am passing the API key. Make sure okay, API key. It will set up the QA chain to the LLM. Okay, next part is we are going to with the knowledge based data. We get the vector DB and read the data, and then we have to connect to the LLM, right, to pass to send our knowledge data to the LLM to get the information, right. So for that we are taking the LLM. So now we are making a rank chain. Rank chain is we make a chain between the LLM and vector DB. Okay, so what it will do? This will build the retrieval QA chain. Okay, uses OpenAI as the LLM, uses actually uses the chain type. All docs are stuffed into one prompt. That is the chain type means it will go stuffed all the uses a stuff chain type. Actually, there are multiple chain type is there, but we use stuff chain type. All docs are stuffed into one prompt. Everything is stuffed into one prompt. We can different into multiple prompts, but here the stuff type will be helpful to set up stuffed everything in a single prompt. And then uses our Chroma retriever. Actually, we want the retriever, we retrieve the data, right? That is set up here, and return the source documentation equal to false. So uses the custom prompt. Okay, it will use the custom prompt what we are given. Okay, this is the method this function is used to by RAG. Actually, external is the RAG use the to get this chain of the data. Okay, to load use this ready to go RAG chain in the Streamlit app. Okay, let's go to the yeah, this is about LangChain. We read the data from the vector DB and we read the LLMs. We can do the LLMs and we make a single stuff of a prompt in the RAG chain. What we retrieve the data from the knowledge base and what we can do the LLM to pass its a prompt. Okay, that's what the LangChain is prepared. Now we are coming to the UI part. Actually, there is this and all UI designs what we are given for this. Actually, yeah, it's a Streamlit UI, a very simple UI. Actually, I just given as a RAG AI Copilot and South Indian languages, etc. Just for my, I just give some titles to this one and ask anything based on the upload, enter your questions and generating answer. Query received. Okay. Now, if some query received, they are generating the answer. Generated is will retrieve the query. See, it will invoke the RAG chain. Actually, RAG chain is the PY. What we are using for read the data, it invoke the RAG chain with the query. Okay, enter the input is passed as a query. It is passing. What your query we are given, it is passing, and it will pass it into the RAG chain using a RAG chain invoke. So it will get the response here. Once the response get, then it will display the response in the UI. So that's what I again already started the what is that Streamlit. Okay, already started the my RAG actually Streamlit run RAG underscore UI.py. It's already started, and we are going to see the screen. Okay, yeah, this is the output of that. This one, actually, see, I just given the Telugu, so it's query the Telugu. Telugu is a Dravidi language. Actually, I given this words in the wait. We can do one thing. We can go to the folder here and we open the docs. This is the document what I just passed for the testing purpose. I open it in the notepad. So this is the some Telugu words here. We'll just I'm going to give these words in. I'm going to give these words in as a input or question. Let's see what it is, how it is going. Actually, it is generating the answer. Let's wait for it. Yeah. See, I given the part of the thing. Okay, it will read the query and it return the answer. Just see here. It will. What is that? Oh my God. See the save set is what we are given here, which is because all the chunks is in the ChromaDB. Then it retrieve all the chunks and make it here. This is what. So this is what the simple RAG retrieval augmented generation generative is working here. So this is a simple example. I just showcase the code, what is simple code what I wrote and what is way. If it is useful for you, just like and share and recommend to your friends. If any queries or any doubts or anything you want to improve here, please let me know. We can take it as a feedback and we can work on that. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you for your time.